This video is brought to you by TS4U IT Engineering Bootcamp.
I have the next question about this. So of course, we always as use the cloud, it is auto scaling, everything is ready to go. I would like to know some of the pricing things if you know about this. So let's go. The question is, how does EC2 pricing work, including like on demand, reserve, and spot instances, and what factors should you consider when estimating the cost of EC2 deployments?
Of course, thank you. So understanding how the pricing of creating EC2 is really important because, of course, we all want to create cloud infrastructure that is cost effective, but at the same time optimal. So what I do in our team's cases, or what our team does all together, is we basically pretty much all over the AWS, we don't have any on-premise deployments. So we pretty much deal with AWS all the time. So pricing for us, as I mentioned, is a big factor because so many of our applications are running on them, and we have many load balancers activated and a lot of auto scaling enabled, and also some networking costs as well. So because we know AWS actually has both inbound and outbound traffic-based costs, we need to be mindful about that. So what we try to do is we try to keep our costs minimal. So we have the AWS Cost Explorer that actually shows us how much money is being spent each month as it goes, and what a possible forecasted amount that could be billable based on our use for that month. So we actually always keep track of it and all the time, and always try to make adjustments in our use so we can keep costs as effective and efficient as possible. And at the same time, we also have cost alerts set up on CloudWatch. So the cloud actually sends us email notifications if any specific price is hit for a certain month, so that we are alerted and we can go back and track our use and make sure and see where we can make the adjustments and keep our costs down. So we need to keep in mind that we don't have any EC2 instances running as some kind of stray server that's probably that's not being used, or that's like been missed, so that it won't actually bill us. But so if we actually have any instances that we may not need at the moment, or that we might probably need later, or is not in use at the moment, we can just stop that instance. As we know, stopping an instance won't be billed. So we actually make that an option working for us. So that's pretty much good, as we can start our instances anytime after, and we can get it working back again if someone wants to, or on the other hand, if the production workloads and staging servers and the QA servers, because of internal tests, sometimes QA servers need to be up all the time in order to get certain passings, certain testing, and developers also push code on development servers. So we actually need to keep those certain servers running all the time. So what we do is, for, let's say, staging servers, we have some spot instances and some on-demand instances. What that does is, since we have auto scaling enabled, we have the auto scaling groups. For one specific auto scaling group, we have a mixed setup. Like we have in one target group the on-demand instances and the spot instances as well. So we try to estimate and split it 50-50. So 50% of our instances in a target group will be on-demand, and the other half will be spot instances. Since the spot instances can actually can set the price we can set the price for ourselves. We actually can pay less for the same amount of storage and the same amount of power that we are getting out of it. And if the cost goes higher out of our expectation, AWS actually stops that spot instance, because since we have the other half running with the on-demand instances, so the system never goes down. This is how we actually keep our costs down with the spot instances and all the on-demand EC2 instances. And as we know, we have another type of instance that is the dedicated instance. So far, our team and I actually did not use that in our environment because I pretty much work on the internal deployment side and for the internal applications. So those are pretty much running on-demand instances and spot instances, as I explained, where we split it half and half for all the dev servers.
Sure, thank you. So I don't know how you guys do this. So in our cases, each of the department, we call the department internally, means we take care of like the 30, 40 application and the services, hundreds of services. So we get some type of allocation yearly. Then we actually break them into each of the quarter. And then actually that's the way we also know how many millions we got for the whole year. And what is the target for this, the quarter one, quarter two. Then what do we do? If something, we get a lot of application in the services, we actually raise the concern to the senior team, senior leadership team. Well, if we use so many application in the services, we are going to break our quarterly estimation because we get through the yearly, then it goes to the quarterly. And that's how we do things. Do you guys have anything like this?
Yes, it is a similar structure for us. We do, our team and our organization has kind of like our team, our engineers convey to us that we do have a certain amount that we are trying to stay, we're trying to adhere to and stay within, which is why our team and we follow that setup that we have where we kind of make that split of some spot and some on demand, because for spot instances, we can actually set the price for ourselves and we can actually pay less for the same amount of storage and the same amount of space, same amount of power that we're trying to make use of. So that is the way, and we can maintain this while also ensuring the system doesn't fail us. So this is one of the reasons why we have this kind of setup where we have both on-demand and spot instances, and we can take care of the pricing and track it ourselves.
Thank you.